Alright guys, I've just completed my FF7 Remake normal mode. At this stage, I just want to sit back and relax and talk about a little bit of a review of what I've just gone through in terms of the normal mode. Now, Square Enix has FF7, the original game, in 1997. I've played that, I think, in 1998. Near that, right? I think that was the time frame that I actually played the game. And during that moment, it was a breathtaking moment where there was no game, RPG wise, that was as advanced as FF7 back in its 1997 days. So now when it came back in 2020, it's really mind-boggling. They managed to up the skill, up the expectations, and it leaves me wanting for more. Now, am I going to talk about the overall reviews? I think there are a lot of people who are talking about reviews all day, right? Everybody is saying, oh, this is great, 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. It's gonna be the 8.5 to 10 for most of us. But I want to break down some things that I really appreciate this new FF system about. And today's topic is actually on the weapon system. So let me just show you what do I mean. Now, FF7 Remake adopted both FF9 style, where when you equip a weapon, you get to learn an ability that is associated to it. But and how it really ties into this game has been quite impressive, because in FF7 back in 1997, your techniques is limited to limit breaks. New techniques that a character can grow into, they are limited by limit breaks. But in this game, they transform the weapon system where, hey, every character can grow and have unique skills that I don't need to fill up a whole limit break bar or gauge just to execute it. We can just organically activate these skills, and it actually helps you. It actually allows you to have a very fun, action-packed, organic feel to the battle that it is really good. Now, I've played FF15, I've played a few other games, but this has been by far one of the best, particularly because I'm prisoner of the past in terms of the success of 1997. I like my games with a little touch of nostalgia, where, hey, my active time bar, I can still choose and strategize with options, with menu. This game gives you both. Now, but when it gives you both, it didn't just give you both and slap it to your face. They actually upgraded the weapon system so well that I think it is by far one of the best I have seen. And I just want to go through with you a little bit, and I'm gonna go into the gameplay and just to show you what do I truly mean. Now, we are right now at the menu settings that I've completed post game. Now I'm at the battle simulator, but that doesn't matter. What I want to talk about is really about the weapons Cloud has. Now, at the start of the game, you start with Buster Sword. A little bit more, you actually get Iron Blade. And these and for the history of RPGs, usually as you progress in the story, your weapons get more powerful and more powerful. But in FF7 Remake, that's not true, right? My Buster Sword at the same level with the same skill point is at 75 damage, physical damage, 75 magic damage. In terms of attack points, you can see on the screen right here. It has defense of 11. It has a defense, magic defense of 11 too. Now, if you compare it with something like Twin Stinger, right here, you have 58 attack for physical, 58 attack for magic, and no defense. And this is the latest weapon that you get. Now, it looks like an ultimate weapon. Now, and many RPGs, when you progress in the game, they give you a sort of a, hey, get this ultimate weapon, it will just boost your stats. You can just floor the guardians, the bosses easily because of this ultimate weapon. But FF7 Remake take a different approach, right? They made even the beginner sword, Buster Sword, relevant throughout the game, where all it depends right now is your adaptability, your playstyle, and you can choose and use Buster Sword, which is given to you at the beginning of the game, and still rock in the last battle. That's not true in the past. If you use the Buster Sword at the end of the game in 997, you might not win because your damage output is so little. But in this game, that's not true. They reformatted the style where even the seemingly weak swords are actually quite good. It just depends on your playstyle, and that is really crucial. And Cloud is one of the best at it, right? If we talk about like Tifa is also somewhere like Cloud. Leather gloves, if you upgrade it all the way, attack 89, magic 60. Now, I'm not even talking about the abilities that a weapon can inherently have, right? On this page, I'm a stats guy, so you just really want stats output in terms of damage. But there are innate abilities that can be useful, like hey, within this core, let me just go into the core real quick. Let me go into the core real quick. With weapons, Tifa. Let's go into the leather gloves core. Every weapon has its own uniqueness to it, right? The leather gloves for her is truly generic. Concentration activation 50%. If you actually upgrade it, and as you go along, you will be, you will understand that the leather gloves is a very generic good weapon. Now consider Purple Rain or Mithril Claws. Mithril Claws is very unique where, hey, if I want Tifa to be a magic user, Mithril Claws might work better than leather gloves. But the offset is, hey, I might not do as much damage in terms of physical attacks. So FF7 Remake made this mechanic where not just weapons, right? Your weapons are not irrelevant as you progress in the game, and that is a very interesting touch. And you can optimize your build, see how you can ace and get over all these bosses, guardians or whatever easily. And this is what makes FF7 Remake so great in terms of weapon system, that that there is an element of strategy, there's an element of tactics that not many games bring it forth, right? The only exception I have to this thing that I like is probably Barret, right? Barret, he has his Gatling gun, he has his light machine gun, Big Bertha, but once he gets to the close combat, then because of my playstyle, I kinda hate it. Because I don't like Barret to go up to the guy, to the enemy, and then just smash his arm with. It just makes no sense to me. It really breaks away from the flow. But I can respect the design decision that Square Enix has given us. So you can use Barret as a physical attack player if you want to, but my playstyle is no. And that's what makes this weapon system great. I give it a 10 out of 10, man. Just with this, I'm impressed. Like this is one facet of FF7 Remake that is quite polished. It makes sense. You get to feel that this is a solid RPG where you grow with the character, not only just in the story but also in its abilities, and that makes the weapon system of FF7 Remake great. Now I'm gonna share a little bit more insights that I pick up as I go along. So this is just one of the first. When I played through the whole normal mode, I was like, hey man, the weapon system, I get to pick and choose, and it really makes me feel good about strategizing, you know. So but that's all I have to talk about for this video. Probably next video I might talk about story points, and then or different facets of the game itself that is interesting to me, and then maybe I'll have a compulsive whole and summarize everything and give a rating. But this is the weapon system that I truly adore. And let me know in the comments below if you really like what you see in FF7 Remake. My name is Gimius, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.